How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. We also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. And today we're going to be talking about Opendoor Technologies. But before we get started, I have to go over an agenda. If you're new to this channel, just want to let you know we have timestamps down below in the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about getting into a position, I suggest you watch the whole entire video because this can be added to your homework and your due diligence. So the first thing we're going to be going over is a recent update. Opendoor has been making some serious moves and it will help with the future growth of the company, and that's why I'm going to be sharing it. Secondly, we're going to be taking a look, doing the technical analysis, taking a look at the price action. We are seeing a lot of volatility in the market. We also did see that we had a green day. So I want to make sure that you guys are not overpaying, and if it does decide to pull back, you know where to get it at a good price by looking at those support levels. And then afterwards, we're going to be taking a look at Fintel, at the institutional ownership, and as well as the short interest information. Why does this matter? We want to know, are institutions loading up on Opendoor Technologies, or are they closing out their positions? As far as for the short interest, we want to know, what is the overall market sentiment? Are they saying that the price is too high, or is it priced right? I think this is very key, because if there's a lot of negative sentiment behind a particular stock, then you're going to be aware and know, hey, the current price, I might have to do a little bit more homework to make sure that this is actually appropriate for my investment goals. So I won't be taking up any more of your time, so let's get into it. So we're going to be going over this recent article that came out for Opendoor. So here it comes. Opendoor expands to 3 new markets across the West and Midwest. Opendoor has launched home selling operations in Kansas City, Colorado Springs, and Northern Colorado. The iBuyer is 9 markets away from its 2021 goal, and I think that is huge. Let's go into it a little bit further. A month after announcing its 30th market, Opendoor is well on its way to meeting its 42 market goal with the launch of services in Northern Colorado, Colorado Springs, and Kansas City, according to an announcement on Tuesday. After launching in St. Louis last month, Opendoor continues its momentum in Missouri, as well as bringing services to Kansas with the launch of the Kansas City market. Opendoor head of city operation Rob Reeling said in a press release, "The area stands out for movers and was recently ranked as one of the best U.S. cities to live in." Today's launch also builds on our existing presence in Colorado with an expansion to Northern Colorado, including Fort Collins, Boulder, and Greeley, and as well as Colorado Springs, which is reportedly seeing an influx of young movers this year, he added. Just to interject very quickly, the reason why this is definitely really big news, the fact that Kansas City is also talked about being one of the best U.S. cities to live in, just means more people are moving there. There's probably more home selling, home buying, and so forth. And this is beneficial for Opendoor overall in general, especially as the other areas as we talked about in Colorado. Also, the more markets that they actually able to get into, the more potential in regards to growth they actually have. So let's continue. Starting Tuesday, consumers can take advantage of Opendoor's 2 home selling services. Home sellers can request an all-cash offer from Opendoor after providing their address and completing a questionnaire. After accepting the offer, home sellers will complete a video walkthrough to identify any necessary repairs. Sellers can choose their own closing date and can decide to reject the offer or any time before closing. When you sell to Opendoor, there are no unforeseen costs and complete transparency in the sale, so you can feel confident about avoiding surprises, Megan Mayer-Toulson, Opendoor's Chief Customer Officer, told Inman in February. Home sellers also have the option of listing their home on the open market through Opendoor, which includes a $10,000 interest-free advance for repairs and a 5% flat fee. Including the rollout of operations in Northern Colorado, Colorado Springs, and Kansas City, Opendoor is now in 33 markets across the United States. To date, Opendoor has closed more than 90,000 transactions. So this is definitely some great news here. I love how it's looking. They're in 33 markets, about to get close to their goal of getting to 42 markets. And these are one of the things you want to look for when you are investing in a company. You want to see that they're making progress. They're making headwinds. They're trying to focus on getting better and getting deals done. And Opendoor is doing exactly that. Hope you guys enjoyed this read. So we're going to be doing a technical analysis for Opendoor Technologies. Let's take a look how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $15.12, being up 3.63%. If we take a look at how it fluctuated on the low, it tested $14.48, and then on the high, testing $15.22. If we take a look at how it's lining up with our indicators, it is below the 200-day, the 100-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So overall, the chart is looking fairly bearish. And we do see, and I've been noticing this over some trading days, we definitely have a solid area of support right here around this 1445, this 1450 level. So whenever it's able to bounce off these levels, then it comes back to reclaiming back into the 15s. I did talk about, as far as if you're looking to get into a position, definitely look out for this 13 area, because it could potentially pull back, especially if we have more volatility in the markets. But this is a long-term play, and we already know what the upside is. If we take a look at where the RSI, it's right around 44, so it's just below fair value. It is not completely well oversold, but it's oversold a little bit. So that does show us in regards to, as far as we're looking at this play, it's looking really good. We also do know, when we're taking into consideration of the fact, we also have an area of resistance right here at this $16 level. I do believe if we can get past this $16 level, we could definitely see a strong move to the upside with increased volume and so forth. We also do know there's a lot of volatility in the tech sector, and a lot of tech stocks have been getting beaten down. And the reason why I'm sharing this, I want to keep reminding you guys and letting you know that I feel there's a lot of potential in this stock, and the current prices of where it's at does give us an opportunity to take advantage of. So that's what I'll be looking for in regards to it turning into a bullish trend. Has to pass this $16 level of resistance, and then it can start building up some support, some consolidation, so we can make that move to at least reclaim here to the 100-day. I'd like to see this within the next 2 months or so, but if not, again, this is a stock that I plan to hold. So we're now on Fintel, and we're going to be taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information for Opendoor Technologies. So as we scroll down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So we could see as of late, taking into consideration even as of the 19th, we have institutions who have been loading up on Opendoor, and they're buying up shares. We also have, I think this is Bamco Inc., 5.8 million shares of Opendoor. So definitely bullish. We also have Genios Wealth Management going in with 290, not too high at all. We also have Virtue Financial going in with 160,000 shares, just over that. We could see on the 18th there's more buying on the 17th. So definitely institutions are bullish on Opendoor Technologies. We also do see puts, but do keep in mind this is more so for hedging reasons and so forth. So that's something you need to understand. These are what a lot of hedge funds actually do. But what we're seeing, institutions are definitely bullish on Opendoor and see a potential return on investment. If we take a look at the short volume ratio, it stands at 13%. So what does this mean? Overall market sentiment and where the price is currently at. Hey, they're looking at it like, you know, it's fair, it's not too high, it's priced where it's supposed to be. If we take a look at the short shares availability, it is at 2.6 million, updated 2 minutes ago, with the short ball free rate being at 0.52%, not too high either. And we can see as far as the history, it's been below 21%, aside from what we saw on May the 12th. So that means overall market sentiment in regards to Opendoor, hey, they're saying, hey, it's at the current price of where it's at. Of course, there is a lot of upside. Tech is getting hit very hard, and it's part of the reasons why I see a big time opportunity here. So for my final thoughts for Opendoor Technologies, I definitely like when a company's doing what they need to do to get closer to their goals. They said, hey, in 2021, we're trying to get into 42 markets in the US. Currently, they're at 33 and they're still working. They are still hustling. When you see this particular type of behavior, and we also see institutions are loading the boat and the analyst price targets see a tremendous amount of upside for this stock, it definitely does add to a lot of promise. Something that you can add to your homework and as well as your due diligence. Another thing to take notice to are the markets that they're actually getting into. The fact that Kansas was looked at as, hey, one of the best places to live in the US is definitely bodes well. This shows there's going to be a lot of activity in regards to buying and as well as selling, and this will benefit Opendoor over the long haul. I do believe they're going to be able to get to their 42 market goal before the end of the year, especially at the pace that they're going at. So if you are thinking about getting into this play, or maybe you're currently in this play, definitely put it on your radar or give it some consideration. I've already got into my first position, and you guys know I do a dollar cost averaging approach. So if we end up seeing more volatility in the market, especially for this month or next month, and it looks like, hey, you know what, it'll look good to actually average down, then I'm going to be averaging down. If I see that, you know what, it looks like it's picking up a little bit of momentum, then I'll make sure to add more to my position when the price is not getting too high. But of course, you guys know I'm transparent, and I will let you know when I do that on the channel. But for the most part, take into consideration those ranges I spoke about in the last video, in that $13 to $14 area is not too bad in regards to a starter position. So if it does decide to pull back even below 13, you already know I'm automatically going to be adding. If I see that it's picking up some momentum and it looks like it's trying to get to 16 to 17, then I'm going to be like, all right, I'll add into another position, sit on the sidelines and wait to see what the price action looks like. Because again, this is in the real estate space, and we also know there's volatility in there as well, especially with things going on with the pandemic, the recovery. So we have to really keep an eye on a lot of economic factors, because it will have an impact on Opendoor overall in general and how well they do. But for the most part, I look at Opendoor as a stock that I'm going to be holding for at least 5 years. And since I'm going to be doing that, I already know I'm going to be seeing the fruits of my labor by getting into a position now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.